are just days away from the start of October. Well, we are in the midst of the fall season. Some places are looking more fall-like than others. This is at Fort Henry and Kingston. The colors on those trees still looking fairly green, but a different scene in other parts of the country. Like here in New Brunswick, for example. Check out all the reds and oranges peeking on through. However, for many people across the country, it might not feel like fall just yet. It's been quite above seasonal in terms of those temperatures. You can see the stunning conditions out in Birchie Bay. Beverly Quinlan sending this shot in. We're going to give you a little sneak peek of what you can expect for the first little bit of October. And perhaps you can plan some outdoor activities like these people who are in Kananaskis enjoying an adventure on a horseback ride. Check out that stunning blue sky. I think many people are wondering, are these warm conditions going to remain across the country? Are the blue skies also going to remain? Well, we're going to dive into more of this with meteorologist Kevin MacKay. Kevin, the fall season's here. I'm smelling pumpkin spice lattes in the air, but it's not feeling like fall yet.
No, and yeah, normally orange on the pumpkins, orange on the trees, that's a sign of fall. Well, orange on our pattern map, that is a sign that summer is holding on. That ridge over the Great Lakes, eastern Canada, it's going to be still pumping in the sunshine, but it will bring a little bit of a hiccup to the temperatures, but only locally. Let's go region by region, what the first couple of days has in store. Well, it's going to end off pretty wet in BC. Now, by the time we get to Wednesday, that onshore flow is going to continue. That rain's even going to get into the interior where September has been incredibly dry. We could be seeing more rain over the next 3 or 4 days in the Okanagan than we've seen over the last few months. So that is something to be hopeful for. Not necessarily the nicest weather, but we'll certainly take it. In terms of the temperature anomaly for the first 5 days of the month, look at that bullseye right in the middle of the continent, and then it looks like that blue tinge just kind of surrounds the east and the west coastlines. So let's start in the prairies where it's probably going to be the best weather if you're wanting to hold on to those summer vibes. Yeah, Tuesday finishing off the month. Look at that, 30 degrees in Regina, and then turning the calendar on Wednesday, we might be seeing 30 degrees in Manitoba, even 20 degrees in Churchill. You should be in the mid-single digits by the time October rolls around. Now in Ontario, this is where we start to get into a little bit of that hiccup for the first 2 days of the month. See Kenora, mid-20s. That's because you're tapping into that heat that's in the prairies, but by the time you get to southern Ontario, that's where we're going to have temperatures actually a little below where we should be, and it's not going to last for long. It's just a 2-day little blip in the pattern, and then we're right back above where we should be. Next weekend might be a carbon copy of this past weekend. Mid-20s, sunshine, looking absolutely splendid. I think this is, when people say they love fall weather, I think this is what they're referring to, not so much the 8 degrees and rainy. So I hope everyone can enjoy the next couple of weekends, because who knows what the latter half of October has in store. We do have an October outlook coming up this week. Now, by the time we get to Wednesday, how about St. John's, single-digit highs? That is going to be your first one in quite a while, but you might be rebounding as well. There is signs that you might get back up to 20 degrees in the latter half of next week. Now, the tropics normally starts to wind down in October. We have 2 pretty impressive storms that are going to be influenced greatly by that nice ridge in Canada.